About a dozen teachers showed up this morning on the Capitol steps, opposing a piece of legislation they say will take money away from the public employees' retirement system. They also made a stand inside House chambers, unfurling a sign that read in part, "No cuts to PERS." It was immediately ripped down. On their way out, chanting and singing. The reason they're here, a bill that would change the public employee retirement system. The hope for those supporting the bill to use some of the money to make a dent in the $27 billion public pension debt. A problem since the last recession. It's already passed in the Senate, and today is the first reading in the House of Representatives. Teachers and those opposing it say public employees already make less than private sector workers, and taking away a portion of their pension will hurt the average state worker.
They're looking at solutions that work for the people that have a lot of money. They're not looking at solutions that work for just everyday working people, firefighters, teachers, public employees.
Basically, right now, everything that you get goes into your pension account. It would take a piece of that, and I think it's 7 to 12%, and kick that into a more general account.
It's unclear how long it could take in the House, but a vote in the House is all there is before the legislation could go to the governor's desk. In Salem, Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.